I have everything in my hand. Yeah, thank you. Oh, there we go. This is new. Never done this before. Oh, why not? Get so close before it got food. And yes, that is an activity that Panasonic arranged for us to shoot animals with a camera. Yes, it's all true. Panasonic actually released a G9 Mark II after 5 years. 5 years ago, I tried the G9, and then for so many years, I thought, oh, there won't be another G9. I've been waiting for it for so long. My tears had dried out. Here it is, G9 Mark II. So obviously, the G9 Mark II is still a micro four thirds camera. So if you don't know, micro four thirds camera is much smaller sensor size than a full frame camera, smaller than APS-C size. So it's like that. By width is half of a full frame, by by area, like a quarter of it. But then what is the benefit of that is that usually micro four thirds camera got much higher performance than full frame camera because it got a smaller sensor. For example, GH5, for a really long time, it was the only camera that can do 4K 60 video. And then the G9, the original G9 was quite amazing. The attention-grabbing title is that it can do 60 FPS electronic shutter. Back then, that's unheard of. Although it can only do like, as I remember, it can only do like around 1 second of it. But still, it can do 60 FPS. 60 FPS. AFS, mechanical shutter, it can do 12 FPS AFS. So it sounds like it is almost as good as the other flagship DSLR back then. Of course, it can only do AFS. If you want to use AFC, it was 9 FPS. Of course, one of the bigger news for Panasonic is that they finally use face detection autofocus, and of course the G9 Mark II have it. I'm sure any camera from now on from Panasonic will have face detection autofocus, and it's finally really good. Now I have to say it first, when I'm recording from the HDMI, the focusing would be worse, but then the subject recognition should be the same and it works really well. Not on a rhino, maybe it's just not an animal that you usually would encounter. But a deer, I think it's a deer, maybe it looks like a sheep, so it works. It's quite difficult doing this, filming myself and then shooting inside a moving car with a lens this long. It's more difficult than I usually do. Especially I have to finish changing setting in the moving car before we reach the next spot. This time through the fence, we'll see if the AR system would be affected by
the range is massively increased, and you've been so all the way up.
Let me see, can I get it?
And I know in Norway there was
single-handed.
And essentially what happens, like, can you like the deer to move around?
There were a few out of focus shots, but I was shooting like this, holding the camera up, not seeing the screen properly.
So that's exactly what happens.
All the other shots are in focus. The camera do recognize the wolf eyes through the fence. It is actually really quite impressive. But also, not just an animal, the real deer. So the camera body, I think, is exactly the same as my S5 Mark II. When I put them side by side, they everything looks exactly the same, the size, the shape. So this is actually smaller than GX6 because I really remember GX6 was bigger than my S5 Mark II, which is I was really surprised. Amazingly, the weight is exactly the same as the original G9 after 5 years and a completely different body. So for me, there's not much surprise because it's really familiar. If I have both camera, I would probably mix them up. So on top, yeah, it's all the same. Also the really convenient white balance ISO and exposure compensation button exactly the same place. Dual card slot, dual SD card, so you don't have to get those expensive CF Express. I like this button a lot. It's got mic and headphone because it got really good video feature. HDMI output, full size, and then now it supports USB-C and it supports USB-C PD, so you can charge your camera, so you can charge the battery while you're shooting with it. So mechanical shutter, AFS, this can do 14 fps, and AFC, it can do 10 fps. On this aspect then, it's not that impressive, especially it's quite similar to the original G9, and especially quite a lot of full frame camera can do 10 fps. I have been complaining that Sony can only do mechanical shutter 10 fps. And of course, like for example, like R5, it can do 12 fps. The title grabbing title would be that it can do 75 fps. Of course, AFS and electronic shutter. But then AFC, it can still do 60 fps. You can say that this is actually better than Z9 because Z9 doesn't have a mechanical shutter, it can only do electronic shutter. It can do 20 fps non-compressed RAW. But of course, Z9 you can do 30 fps JPEG or 120 fps 11 megapixel JPEG. Just like any other latest Panasonic camera, it can do 5.8K. My S5 Mark II can do 6K, 4:3 aspect ratio, but you can crop it back into 16:9, or you can crop it to 100% in 4K, which is really useful. Now Panasonic always have the best stabilization ever. That's not one of the, it is the best. This is actually better because it has up to 8 stop stabilization. Actually, that's not, I feel like I don't have to test it. Of course, it's going to be the best. But there's one thing interesting is that the electronic stabilization, they add in perspective correction. What is that? Is that now, since the GX5, when they have a really good stabilization, people find out, hey, hang on, yeah, it is really stable, but why is it things got wobble at the edge? Is it something wrong with the camera? But I think I always suspect it's not something wrong with the camera. Let me tell you, because usually when you tilt the camera up, all the lines are not strict anymore. The lines like that. Or I exaggerate it a bit, but you know what I mean. It is like that. Tilt down, the line like that. So when the image got stabilized, but these kind of perspective changes is still in the frame. So it would look weird when it is a really stable image, but then you see the lines doing like this. So you got a little bit. That's why you find, why is this like that? But now, they said that they would correct that as well because electronic stabilization, it crop in a little bit so that they can stretch the image to correct that. So this is my limited time with the G9 Mark II. I have to say I expect more. After 5 years, the mechanical shutter burst rate only got 2 more frames per second. I'm not sure is it unrealistic to expect a smaller sensor to perform faster than the full frame. Especially the mechanical shutter is smaller, then it should go faster. But at least now it has face detection auto-focusing finally. And one thing is for sure, and with the G9 Mark II, yeah, Panasonic haven't given up micro four camera yet. Before that, when they said, oh, we're not giving up micro four camera, you kind of like, yeah, we'll see. But they released a new G9 Mark II, new lenses, so I think GX7 should be just around the corner.